Hi, I am Cesar Santos. I'm at the Legion of Honor Museum in San Francisco. They have a special exhibition. Let's talk about the Pre-Raphaelites. Oftentimes, individual artists become inspired by the art of the past. Some romanticize previous periods as more pure than the present. A small group of British artists got together in 1848 to conceptualize art principles based on the period before the master, Raphael, and they call themselves the Pre-Raphaelites. The 19th century, the period in which these artists developed, is considered by many as one of the most interesting periods of art, especially by artists who love to witness great technical expression and execution. But the Pre-Raphaelites thought that art had been corrupted and was headed in the wrong direction, and they wanted to rescue it. This was the first time in history that a group of artists got together to protest against the current affairs in the arts. We can call them the first Avant-Garde movement. They were not completely satisfied with the vision of their contemporary art. Does that ring a bell? I'm not surprised that in Wikipedia, under Avant-Garde and art movements, they list 37 art movements and no mention of the Pre-Raphaelites, where they clearly belong. An art movement means social reform, unorthodox with respect to art, culture, and society. It may also be characterized by aesthetics, innovations, and initial unacceptability. I believe the main reason why the Pre-Raphaelites are not more popular now is because they were inspired by the art of the past. Seeking truth in nature and being against the rapidly industrializing world. Since every art movement after them got further and further away from nature and more about dismantling traditional techniques and methods and more about art as a concept, no wonder it's not convenient for the art establishment of today. As I walk through the exhibition and observe the relationship between the Pre-Raphaelites and the predecessors who inspired them, it's important to note that they were not mimicking or copying the art they admired, but instead they put together certain qualities and concepts that would in a general way define their mission or guide them to their pictorial goal. They had nothing against Raphael's career per se. What they thought was damaging was the excess in his productivity and the training of his many assistants. They were the Raphaelites. So Pre-Raphaelites means before the students of Raphael. Raphael's students led to a mannerism presenting many figures using exaggerated poses. But the Pre-Raphaelites wanted to rescue the purity and sensitivity of the story by using more natural poses. Actually, William Holman Hunt, one of the founders of the group, had Raphael in the list of the admired ones. They were also inspired by early Netherlands, German art, and the Venetian painters who came after Raphael, but their styles was not corrupted by him. As I look at their paintings in the show, I can see their clear vision of creating complex composition. In many ways inspired by Botticelli, it's also clear the love they had for the female figure, representing their beauty and importance. Nature is revered by creating echoes of its patterns in a very decorative way. The use of drapery as an element of expression is very visible in their work. The jewelry and the overwhelming amount of detail shows their meticulous attention to the environment. The colors are high chroma to show their full potential. The idealization of allegorical beauty is also everywhere. And something curious to note is that they use photography as references, which of course did not exist in the time they're admiring and quoting. That is to show that artists have always used the technology available to them if it helps with their system of expression. Even today, you see mainstream artists like conceptual photographer Cindy Sherman or the paintings by Kehane Wiley to have a conversation with the past. But the one thing they lack is the freedom to have the ability to paint like the masters of the past. That is due to the art schools not interested in training their students on how to paint. Just like Hunt, Millet, and Rossetti started a rebellion by questioning what they were being taught at the Royal Academy in London, I am questioning why all the important art schools of today are not training their artists with the grammar of art. Let's wrap this video up!
These guys got inspiration before the Renaissance, but I feel something in common with another response.